We will call to order the regular board meeting of the Board of Election Commissioners for the City of Chicago. Good morning. My name is Marisol Hernandez. I'm the chair, and with me today is Commissioner William Cressy
Present.
and Commissioner June Brown.
Present.
Next item is consideration of the agenda. Are there any proposed changes?
Madam Chair, yes, I'd like to please move item 12 into right after the financial reports and ahead of public comment.
Okay. Any objection?
No objection.
None.
Okay, so we will do that. Next item is the Executive Director's Report. Mrs. Spera, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioner Brown, Commissioner Cressy. Yesterday marked the first day of filing petitions. Staff has successfully tested the joint petition program known as JPP, used between Chicago and Cook in preparations for the objection filing process for record exams. From October 27th through the 29th, the vote by mail and the IT staff will be participating in an on-site visit at Modern Litho in St. Louis, Missouri. This is where the vote by mail ballot envelope will be printed for the upcoming elections. The visit aims to provide a deeper understanding of the processes to strengthen collaboration and identify opportunities for improvement ahead of the elections. The State Board of Elections provided staff with a demonstration of the Omni Ballot portal. Staff expressed interest in testing the system before it is rolled out to all election jurisdictions. We will be reaching out to coordinate the next steps. The Chicago Board of Elections hosted a warehouse tour for representatives from the city. Let me start that again, I'm sorry. The Chicago Board of Elections hosted a warehouse tour for representatives from the city of Milwaukee. I would like to extend my appreciation to Derek Hurd and the warehouse team for providing a thorough overview of the operations during the visit. Last week, we met with representatives from LaSalle Network to outline our staffing needs for the March elections. Beginning this week, weekly in-person meetings with Liberty Vote representatives will start as part of our preparations for the March elections. This afternoon, I will be attending the Cook County budget hearing at 3 p.m. I will also be attending a pre-budget hearing for the City of Chicago this Friday, October 31st at 3:30 p.m.
Okay. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, thank you. And now we'll hear from our Public Information Director, Mr. Bever.
Good morning, Commissioners. A few updates from communications. We have a final report on our second notice to bring our 2025 canvas up for a wrap, and we got some good news there. But thanks to improved delivery of the first notice and proactive national change of address scanning, we only had 59,391 second notices sent out this year, one of our lower numbers throughout the years. We also saw continued savings from the nonprofit postage rate. So overall, combined from both the first notice and the second notice, we saved nearly $600,000 in postage fees alone for this canvas. And we look forward to taking advantage of that postage rate moving forward. As the Executive Director said, we are working to prepare ahead of our county budget hearing today, as well as the Chicago City budget hearings in 2 weeks, our presentation, responses, and materials. Looking forward to beginning work on the new mobile app. I know that's coming up on the agenda later this meeting, so I won't get ahead of myself. But as soon as we have that approved, we'll work out our timeline and schedule for work on the new mobile app. 2 weeks ago, right after our last board meeting, the Executive Director and I met with representatives from the Korean National Election Commission to go over how Chicago counts its ballots. Especially they had interest within vote by mail, as well as whether or not our office, as well as other offices, used AI within our technology. Big topic of conversation, I think, globally. We also received information from them. I think it was a good meeting, and we're happy to continue to meet with representatives of their consulate, as well as their election commission. Communications is working on new 2026 election materials, including a new at-a-glance timeline until Election Day, and a new voter's guide that will include information on a voter's Bill of Rights, ways to research candidates, and more information that will be foldable and printable and we'll continue to use at our outreach events through the rest of this year and leading up through election days next year. And on Monday, November 3rd, we are celebrating Election Hero Day. We've interviewed a few different of our election judges. We'll be celebrating on social media with quotes, as well as other different postings celebrating our poll workers, as well as all the people that serve as election heroes, including our staff. That's it for communications updates.
Great, thank you. Any questions?
Just a comment. Thank you and everyone else responsible for the savings on our Canvas mailings. I think just the mailing itself and getting away from an envelope with inserts and using the holdover card, I know is some savings, and now the nonprofit status. And since the city of Chicago does it every year, state law requires every other year, but we do it so we can keep our voter rolls clean. Really appreciate those savings, so thank you, sir.
Of course.
Okay. Okay, and now we will proceed with old business, infrastructure projects and changes in election administration, including electronic poll books and voting equipment. Mrs. Barra, do
No
we have any
change.
updates?
We'll be meeting with Liberty Vote representatives tomorrow. I believe the recertification letter, or is going to go in front of the State Board of Elections by the end of November, next month.
By the end of
Hopefully by the end of November.
November. Okay, thank you. And legislation, veto session.
Veto session is ongoing, Madam Chair and Commissioners. Our lobbyist Derek Blader reports that as of 9:44 this morning, there are no election-related bills or amendments filed for either chamber. He's reached out to all his contacts, the Speaker's House and the Senate President's House, requesting a copy of any bill when it's available, but nothing has been provided yet. So it's still up in the air, apparently, as to whether there will be any election legislation this veto session. He has discussed with legislative staff the Open Meetings Act issue that I sent out to you, where they have, the House and the Senate have both passed a bill that will prohibit public bodies from having meetings, regular meetings and special meetings on election day, all election days. That obviously interferes with this board and other election commissions throughout the state.
Mhm.
We've raised that issue, and it's being received appropriately. They agree
Right.
that it's something that needs to be remedied. They've asked for suggested language, so I drafted just a very short little thing to throw in that carves out the exception for election authorities. So
Mhm.
that should happen at some point before the next election day.
Before March?
Yeah, it very well may happen this veto session. If not, they'll wait until the January regular session.
Okay.
But there seems to be support for it. They did agree that in the worst-case scenario, even if they don't change the legislation, we can still call for emergency meetings.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
But I pointed out to them, the only emergency would be the legislation that they created. I wouldn't want to set off any alarm bells with all the media companies saying, hey, it's election morning, we're holding an emergency meeting.
Mhm.
It doesn't send the right message. So
Yeah.
we'll keep pushing on that, but it should be resolved before we need it.
Okay, okay.
And, no action, of course, federal government's shut down, no action on the SAVE Act. So
Okay,
that is my report for today.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And now we will proceed with new business. We have a bid award and contract with Clarity Partners LLC for the development of a new mobile app. And we have with us Carolina Roman and Max Weber.
Good morning, Commissioners. The Purchasing Office is requesting your consideration and approval to award the request for proposal new mobile application to Clarity Partners LLC. Purchasing issued a request for proposal to create a new mobile application designed for modern smartphones, tablets, and devices. In response to the revised RFP that reflected an amended scope of work, the board received 11 proposals. 4 were disqualified due to incomplete submissions, and 1 was disqualified because it was received late. An evaluation team reviewed and scored all 6 proposals. Clarity Partners LLC earned the highest evaluation score of all the vendors. The vendor has a substantial amount of experience working with government agencies, including redesigning the board's current website. The evaluation committee was impressed with how comprehensive their timeline was and they provided a very detailed scope of work that demonstrate their understanding of what our needs are. Clarity Partners LLC met the evaluation qualifications conducted by the RFP's evaluation committee. Purchasing confirms the appropriate steps and analysis were executed for all proposals presented and considered for the RFP. The evaluation committee recommended Clarity Partners LLC. Purchasing recommends Clarity Partners LLC to be awarded a contract for the new mobile application in the dollar amount not to exceed $177,835.
Okay, thank you. And Max, do you have any further comments?
Add a few comments as a member of this evaluation team, as well as my experience with Clarity Partners for the redevelopment of our ChicagoElections.gov website. I am pleased that this response was so thorough, as well as the evaluation team agreed upon. I think it was very competitive. We learned a lot throughout this year. It's been a long journey since our first request for information to our first version of the RFP to this final version. I want to thank the professionalism and patience of our executive director as well as our procurement director that we did additional research and information, reaching out to different election officials that have run mobile apps, and learned a lot throughout this process to have continued cost savings as well as have an appropriate scope for this project. So I am quite excited to get started on this. This is something that's been requested by Chicago City Council and continues our work getting into the digital space. I think that this will hopefully be a good and easy transition, especially that we can run a lot of what is our existing website into our mobile app. But I think that we're all excited to get this project started, set out our timeline, and have the mobile app for 2026.
Right, so when do you think it would be in place, more or less, in 2026?
Well, we'll start our meeting and figure out our timeline, but one of the proposals that the vendor had is that we'd have something that would be very functional ahead of the primary election and to continue to improve it and modify it as we head to the November 2026 election.
that sounds
So our current plan is to have a mobile app that at least has our main ways to vote and helping people with applications for vote by mail, letting them know of their early voting locations and other map functions, and we'll continue to approve that ahead of the November election.
Okay, thank you.
Just for a clarification, you said ways to vote. They won't be able to vote via the app, but directed how they can vote.
That's
Either they
right.
vote by mail and it would give, even especially on election day, locations of vote centers and where they can go to vote.
That's correct. One of the goals of this mobile app is to, most people are on their smartphones. We know that that's most of the way people are visiting our website. Here's an option, especially for our consistent voters or seniors or other people that could use additional directions, but connects directly with your phone's map function, can give you direct directions to no matter where you're going or dropping off your ballots. But this was going to be a phased approach, so we'll get everything that's essential working before the March primary and then continue to develop it ahead of November.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay,
And so it will still be used in conjunction with hard copies for those who don't do the,
That's right. So this will just be another
be phasing that
continued way. We're still joining the 21st century, but we will be having this as an option for voters, especially a lot of our consistent voters, to have this app on their smartphones. I think it'll also hopefully be a good assistance for many of our community organizations and different groups out there, especially that they can help people get this app downloaded to their phone and they can continually use it for election information.
Commissioner Brown, if I may just add, correct me if I'm wrong, the RFP called for, and this company did bid its abilities to work with requirements for accessibility purposes.
Yes.
That's right. And Nicholas Esposito was part of our evaluation committee and will work very closely with us to make sure the mobile app is up to everything for accessibility guidelines.
great.
Fantastic.
Okay. Okay, well, if there are no further questions, is there a motion to approve a bid award and contract to Clarity Partners LLC for the development of a new mobile app at a cost not to exceed $177,835 over the term of this agreement, which shall begin on October 28, 2025, and continue through October 27, 2026?
So moved by Commissioner Cressy,
Seconded by Commissioner Brown.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, please state aye.
Commissioner Cressy votes aye.
Commissioner Brown votes aye.
Motion passes, and I want to thank both of you and your team for, the extensive review you did, analysis. I really, we really appreciate that with, this new application. We're trying to do it the right way and make it fully accessible for everyone. So thank you.
Thank you.
The next item is an expenditure approval with Chronos Sasher, Inc., a UKG company for human resources management time clocks. And we have Carolina and Calandra Rogers. Calandra, you want to come up too? You can take off your coat. Okay.
The procurement office is requesting your consideration and approval to purchase 8 time clocks for our central offices and warehouse and adding hardware support services from UKG via sole source justification. UKG currently provides the board's time entry and leave management system and coincides with the board's employee payroll. The HR manager, Calandra Rogers, has requested to replace all 8 of our time clocks as they are at the end of life and will no longer be compatible with current software standards. Additionally, we are requesting to include hardware support, which is a depot exchange support service for each time clock. This provides a cost-efficient option if in the event one of the time clocks needed to be replaced. Purchasing has determined that this procurement qualifies as a sole source because no other equipment is compatible with the current software, and the time clocks are not available to purchase through other vendors. The procurement office is requesting approval to purchase replacement time clocks and the depot exchange support service in the dollar amount not to exceed $27,572.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions? What software do we have that we already have that makes it, this particular company compatible?
It's our UKG, the time clock that we see right outside the room,
Okay,
so
okay,
the system that all of us punch in.
okay. Thank you. Okay. If there are no further questions, is there,
Nope, I'm fine, I'm fine.
is there a motion to approve the purchase of 8 employee timekeeping clocks and 12 months of support services from Chronos Sasher, Inc., a UKG company with a total cost of $27,572?
So moved by Commissioner Brown.
Seconded by Commissioner Cressy.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, please state aye.
Commissioner Brown votes aye.
And Commissioner Cressy votes aye.
Motion passes. Okay, thank you. Next, we have, in preparation for our upcoming hearings, a proposed list of electoral board hearing officers and approval of legal services agreements with each of them. And we have Mr. Lasker.
Thank you, Madam Chair and Commissioners. Hard to believe, but it's that time again. We need to start getting these electoral board hearing officers moving for our cases, which the hearings will begin on January 19th. We've got 21 very experienced electoral board hearing officers on this list. 20 of these 21 have previously served admirably for this electoral board. The one new addition at this time is William Cadigan, who's eager to join. Although he's new, he has a lot of experience with electoral board hearings. He's a former member and chairman of the Illinois State Board of Elections. He's retired from that position now, still in the private practice of law, and happy to join our team. So you've got the names there for the motion, and I certainly appreciate the approval for Mrs. Sparrow or I to execute those contracts on behalf of the board.
Okay, any questions?
I think you've assembled a very good list here, though that guy Cadigan, I don't know, the state board chair, but, I mean, and some retired judges, I mean, it's a very fine list here, so definitely support it.
Yes, and just to be clear, each of these hearing officers are provided with the exact same legal services agreement and at the rate of $200 per hour, correct?
Correct.
this time, we estimate the beginning of the hearing process to be
November 19th.
November the 19th. Okay. So we have, let's see,
It's like painting the Golden Gate Bridge. Once you paint it, you go back and you start
Yeah,
all over.
yeah,
It's
right.
never ending, yeah.
Never ending, yep. Is there a motion to authorize the executive director and general counsel to execute contracts for legal services as electoral board hearing officers at the billable rate of $200 per hour with a durational term of October 28, 2025 through February 28, 2027 with the following attorneys: Christopher Agrella, John Ashenden, Kevin Bry, William Cadigan, Demetrius Carney, Christopher Cohen, Linda Crane, Edmundo Cuevas, Matthias Delort, Pedro Fernandez, Terrence Flynn, Daniel Hernandez, Laura Jacksack, Mary Celeste Meehan, Joseph Morris, Joe Ponsetto, Ellen Raymond, James Rosas, Jeanette Samuels, Frank Tedesco, and Richard Zulke.
So moved by Commissioner Cressy.
Seconded by Commissioner Brown.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, please state aye.
Commissioner Cressy votes aye.
Commissioner Brown votes aye.
Motion passes. Now, at this point, we will have executives, we'll go to the executive session portion of the meeting. Oh, no, well,
No,
we
it's a
have no
legal report?
financial report.
What about a legal report?
Legal report, I'm so sorry.
I have one if you'd like it.
Well, not really, but go
Sorry.
ahead.
Well, as Mrs. Sparrow pointed out, candidate filing for the March primary started yesterday, and it continues through next week Monday. Then comes the the objection filing period, which goes through November 10th, and then our hearings will begin on the 19th. Barb Goodman and I are preparing a routine briefing session for our hearing officers. We'll hold that on November 10th. I have a meeting this afternoon with Cook County Circuit Judge Maureen Ward Kirby. She is the presiding judge of the county division that hears all election-related cases. We've been historically meeting along with representatives from the county clerk's office just to discuss administrative matters and deficiencies and dates, timeframes for judicial review of electoral board cases, and any other election judge approvals or other court matters that have to happen. I will be joined at that meeting by my new counterpart in the Cook County Clerk's office. Kiara Williams is the new election attorney down on the 5th floor for the County Clerk's office. Clerk Gordon hired her to succeed James Nally, who retired earlier this year. So then I met with her for the first time last week, so we'll continue to have a good relationship, I believe, between legal counsel for the two offices and keep our places on the same page. And then lastly, I just wanted to report that we have not heard a word from Patrick Johnson, the representative from the Department of Justice that's working with us on the ADA accessibility settlement project. I had previously reported to you that it had become challenging for him to be able to attend. We've been having weekly routine meetings. Honestly, this is not coming from him, but it just appears, based on the timing of when things got difficult, that our president has issued executive orders prohibiting diversity, equity, and inclusion. I think that, unfortunately, accessibility rights might fall under equity and inclusion. It's made it difficult for him to meet with us. Last we heard from him was October 3rd, which was 2 days after the federal government shut down. He reached out to us and said he'd like to have a meeting the following week if the government reopens. Our staff and myself responded very enthusiastically to have the meeting, but we haven't heard the word from him since. So that whole matter just continues to delayed and beyond our control. But I do want to assure you, everything related to accessibility internally is continuing to move forward. As I
Good.
did report last time, Mr. Esposito's been doing follow-up surveys of the auditoriums at schools was an issue that was lingering. We're moving forward with the accessibility curbside voting requirements for those precincts that are on the lower levels of accessibility. So we're preparing, we're moving forward full steam ahead. It's just that wrapping up the whole agreement, which we can only do with the DOJ, is what is not happening. And that's my report.
That last part's a bit troubling, but I'm glad to hear we're still moving ahead with our initiatives, and including the new app that will show locations that are fully accessible and such, so that's good to know. Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you. Let's just proceed as if, we're doing everything we need to do to provide accessible voting and,
And luckily, before this happened, we were so well advanced in the program that we basically have everything set in place. As you
Exactly.
know, we've created the training materials, the written materials, the procedures at the precincts, the temporary remedies.
Yeah.
Meeting with all the agencies continues, permanent remedies for parks and cities, so that we've made a lot of headway.
I know other jurisdictions were looking to us also, and, so, yeah. Let's keep going. I think accessibility is extremely important.
mhm. Anything else, Mr. Lasker?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have no financial report. And we will now address minutes, executive session minutes. And I will ask Mr. Lasker to just give us, inform us and the public about the status of executive session minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Pursuant to Section 2.06 of the Open Meetings Act, we keep verbatim recordings, audio recordings of executive session meetings, and then those get turned into written minutes. When the written minutes have been approved and the meeting has happened 18 months or more previously, the recordings can be destroyed. This is all pursuant to the procedures of the Open Meetings Act. So what we are here to do today, there's 3 steps in the process. The first is to make a determination about the confidentiality of the minutes as they exist. I am making a recommendation that there not be any change to the status of the confidentiality of the minutes because the people involved in the conversations and so forth are still in the community. So that would be the first part, is just not a motion, because we're not changing the status quo of anything, but a determination to be reported that the confidentiality status has not changed. So that, if you accept that, then that's the report on that.
Okay, thank you.
No objection. The second step of the process is to do a vote to approve the drafts of executive session minutes that have not yet been approved. And so that then starts the process where any meetings 18 months or older, now the minutes have been approved, and the recordings for those more older meetings can be disposed of. So I've drafted a motion with the dates of the pending draft minutes that we have that are awaiting approval.
Okay. Well, I will, if there are no questions, I will proceed with this motion. Is there a motion to approve the draft minutes as prepared by council pursuant to Section 206B of the Open Meetings Act for the closed session meetings held on?
What point of order? Council, do we first have to vote on the report of the commissioners to determine the need that confidentiality still exists?
I think that because there's no change to any
Right.
status, there's no actual motion required. The language of the Open Meetings Act is to report that a determination has been made.
Very good.
When it then speaks about the final action of making public those meetings, or those minutes,
Yeah.
that's where I believe the motion is required.
Okay.
But we have publicly reported on that determination.
Thank you for the clarification. I apologize.
No,
Chair.
no problem. Is there a motion to approve the draft minutes as prepared by council pursuant to Section 206B of the Open Meetings Act for the closed session meetings held on July 25th, August 8th, October 10th, and October 19th, 2017, January 16th, February 27th, and October 23rd, 2018, February 12th, March 26th, April 23rd, May 14th, July 9th, and December 10th, 2019, June 23rd, 2020, February 23rd, and March 30th, 2021, February 2nd, May 24th, October 25th, 2022, January 24th, April 4th, August 22nd, October 24th, and November 28th, 2023, and February 27th, December 9th, and December 23rd, 2024, and finally, January 14th and February 25th in 2025.
So moved by Commissioner Brown.
Seconded by Commissioner Cressy.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, please state aye.
Commissioner Brown votes aye.
Commissioner Cressy votes aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Now, Madam Chair and Commissioners, the third step of the process is the discretion to authorize the destruction of the audio recordings, verbatim recordings, for the closed sessions that happened 18 months or more ago. So that's any meeting that happened before April 28th, 2024. I have, again, drafted a motion that includes the dates for those meetings only, should you choose to move it.
Okay, are there any questions? about
No
that?
questions on that?
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the destruction of verbatim recordings as authorized by Section 206C of the Open Meetings Act for closed session meetings held on July 25th, August 8th, October 10th, and October 19th, 2017, January 16th, February 27th, and October 23rd, 2018, February 12th, March 26th, April 23rd, May 14th, July 9th, and December 10th, 2019, June 23rd, 2020, February 23rd and March 30th, 2021, February 2nd, May 24th, and October 25th, 2022, January 24th, April 4th, August 22nd, October 24th, and November 28th, 2023, and February 27, 2024.
Could you repeat those dates? Just kidding. So moved by Commissioner Cressy.
Seconded by Commissioner Brown.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, please state aye.
Commissioner Cressy votes aye.
Commissioner Brown votes aye.
Motion passes. Okay, thank you so much. And now we'll go back to public comment. Is that correct, Mr. Lasker?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any request for public comment?
I
Well,
don't know if this-
let me, are you going to, what's your subject?
Retirement, or is
Okay.
it too early?
Yeah, let me just, then I'll ask you to join in on any of that, okay? But at this point, it's bittersweet to, inform everyone that this is Commissioner Cressy's last meeting as commissioner. And, we've worked many years together.
Yes, we have.
Many years. I've always been proud of the work we as a board have done together, and it's always been for the good of the voters of Chicago. We have always, always, always been focused on truth, transparency, and providing the best service to Chicagoans eligible to vote. Cressy in particular, Commissioner Cressy, has been a pivotal partner in all of this. He has consistently and always worked to build voter confidence. He's ensured that our systems and procedures are accurate and reliable. He's never been partisan. I mean, he has always focused on just what is best for the city of Chicago and its voters. And I think all three of us do the same thing. So it's been a true pleasure working with you. It's been an honor because, you know, you have always conducted yourself beyond reproach. And as I think the residents of Chicago expect us to conduct ourselves, and always with a sense of humor, which we appreciate.
What you just saw a few moments ago, yes.
Yeah. And so, you know, I'd just like to say that I'll miss you very, very much, but I know you'll be back to say hello and to visit and
Maybe public comment? You know?
provide your
No.
2 cents, you know, 3 cents. And we will welcome you because you are family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am humbled.
I don't think I'll go that far. But I too want to echo what the chair has said, that thank you. Prior to your being on this board, we worked together as hearing officers for Election Central. And over the years, you've always been the same, good or bad. I'll add that caveat. But I too think that you have served this community well, and I know that whatever you choose to do, you will continue to do so. So I wish you all the best and Godspeed.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
If I may. start
No,
with,
no, you're out of order.
What'd you say? Give me the gavel.
Give me the gavel.
So as the general counsel, I just want to applaud you for always wanting to do things the right way, the legal way. We've never butted heads. I have sometimes had to tell you that I think we should do it the other way because we need to, and you have always just readily agreed with that and changed course and moved forward in the right direction. I appreciate the trust. It's been a very good working relationship. I want to quickly point out the way that we met. I was very early, wet behind the ears in private practice, doing some electoral board objection cases, and I was hired to object against a young man who was running for Chicago alderman. His nomination papers were not bound together. That's the case that my client brought to me, so that's the case I brought to this electoral board. You were the hearing officer. And we were both quite admired this young candidate that was running for mayor. He was very bright and very intelligent and conversational with us, and our hearings were actually quite collegial and friendly. But we found out in the course of those proceedings he was only 17 years old, so he wasn't even old enough to run for the office of mayor. But my client hadn't told me that, so it was not included in the objection. You did end up recommending that the electoral board remove him because his petitions were completely unbound. We wished him well. I offered to do his nomination papers for him 4 years later. I did never hear back from him. But that young man probably has grandchildren by now. So maybe it is time for you to move along. But it's been a pleasure.
Thank you for making me feel old, counsel. If you recall, we both had this words of encouragement for that young man at the end of the hearing. And what you might not know is I paid to have a transcript made of that and send it to him so that he would have that with him.
That's
And I hope wherever he is that he's doing well. Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner, for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Cressy, it's been a pleasure. I met you at Election Central. As if I'm not mistaken, way before you became the commissioner, you worked in Election Central along with Commissioner Brown. Same table. You may not remember me, but I do remember you both. Again, my sincere congratulations to you. We've worked very well. Just congratulations again on your retirement. We do have do we do have a present for you? I'm not sure who is going to.
You mean there's more than just those donuts over there?
Yes, yes, we
Which I have
donuts
yet
and
to get to,
coffee,
but I will be.
but we do have something to present to you.
Oh, my
Yep.
goodness.
Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Commissioner.
Thank you.
And, yeah.
Oh.
Let the chair.
Oh, gotta get the.
So we have a little plaque for you. And,
I got photo op.
yes, well, we will. And it says, "The Chicago Board of Election Commissioners hereby commends, applauds, and thanks William J. Cressy for his 10 years of service to the voters of Chicago as an election commissioner. and it's by the Board of Election Commissioners. It's very nice. So let's do a little.
Wait a minute.
Oh, well, let's do it in
Should we
front.
go to the front?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Round to the front?
Yeah, let's do that.
Commissioner Kersey, you're leaving the floor.
I paid for it, I got reimbursed. Okay.
Get you one that's a little,
You're in the middle.
Okay, I'm in the middle, okay. Oh, yeah, don't take me to the gavel. Again.
We should also thank
And
Aaron
well,
for putting on the-
I'd like to have Sandra, the name,
Yeah.
Max.
Yes.
You know, they can,
Can I get this gorgeous
Have one
redhead
too.
that's
Oh,
right
absolutely.
here?
I'll take the picture.
Oh.
We'll take another picture.
Oh, okay, we'll take this one, and then we'll have one with you in it.
All right.
Come on, Aaron.
You take my book?
Come on.
Look, have a good session.
It's just joint picture.
Well, we still haven't
We
finished
have some
because,
public comment up
yes,
there.
And then Commissioner Cressy will have nothing to say.
I might have missed it. I know this one is not for us to sign, because this is a purchase order, right?
Yeah, there's
The clarity, I didn't see that. Just a second.
there's this.
But there are other pages, right?
Yeah, the references by appropriation.
oh, can we
Yeah.
finish the meeting?
Oh, I'm
first?
sorry.
Excuse me. No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
During the
And you have
convers-
to identify yourself.
I'm sorry, I'm Trish Sheehy, and I wanted to speak because this whole meeting has kind of gone the full circle and reminded me of the first time I met Commissioner Cressy before he was a commissioner. And like today, the special occasion, we have donuts. And the first time I met him was a briefing for hearing officers. And I know, hard to believe, he was running a few minutes late while I was rounding up the hearing officers. Hearing Officer Brown was already waiting for the class to begin. And I remember kind of herding him and a few other people into the meeting. Fortunately, he didn't hold that against me when he became a commissioner. Hopefully, he didn't remember that. But again, it's full circle. He started as a hearing officer. When I met him, that's what he was serving as. He came on board as a commissioner, and as the chair and Commissioner Brown mentioned, he was, he served honorably to the citizens of Chicago for fair, equitable rulings on petitions and elections, and didn't throw any, he would discuss, which I thought this board has always been a dignified board, serving the public and having the public as the best interest. And I really wanted to thank him, because I used to be, by title, the board secretary. And I appreciate, well, some things I didn't really appreciate was the CPA aspect of getting a lot of detail in the minutes. But anyway, he always supported and encouraged me, and I want to thank him and wish him well in the retirement in the next phase. Hope you enjoy it. And thank you again. It was an honor working with you and the other board members.
Thank you, Trish.
Thank you.
And now we'll have
Uh-oh. This guy.
Mr. Goff.
Yeah.
Identify
Lance
yourself,
Goff.
please.
Lance Goff. I just wanted to say, Commissioner's been a long run. Out of everybody, I think we've known each other the longest. And we've never had a problem. We've never had an actual argument or words. And I've always appreciated your support. And I just want to say congratulations on your new endeavors, whatever they are. So all I have to say is when I come out to Phoenix to visit, I hope you have a room for me. That's all I'm saying. Aaron, if that's okay.
Aaron is the one.
Actually, we found out the house across the street is a Verbo, like an Airbnb,
All
so you
right.
can rent it
We
out.
got a
It's got a
place to
pool
stay.
and everything.
Okay. But congratulations, Commissioner Cressy.
Thanks so much, Lance. Uh-oh. I'm putting the 5-minute timer on this one.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You're really cute.
Okay, is there anything else? If
I don't
not,
think we can do anything.
I will hand this over to you.
Oh,
to-
boy, I get,
adjourn.
well, I
Oh,
think
no,
I need
I'm
to
sorry.
respond to some of
Yes,
this.
Yes,
Oh,
Please.
good try, Madam Chair. Good try.
yeah, well,
But let me just say, I'm a very lucky man because most people don't get to hear their eulogies. I appreciate what everyone said. It is bittersweet. I've really come to love this place. And I appreciate the chair's words that I've never really been partisan, even though I am the Republican member of this board. As those of you know, in my office, until this past weekend when I took them down, I'd have the photos of each of my swearing-in ceremonies, along with my oath of office, because that was a constant reminder of what my job was.
Right.
It was to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and the laws that are promulgated under those. That's it. And it's been my personal mission to provide the citizens of the city of Chicago the fair, free, and open elections that they deserve. And yes, I have been associated with the board for 33 years. And if you don't believe me, going through my stuff in the office, I found the 1992 Judge of Election Handbook. And it'll instruct you how to put the punch card into the machine,
oh
you
my
know?
God.
Yeah. So it's been quite a run. And we've had some disagreements, but never any fights, and always a good word for each other. And I have the highest respect for the people of this board, for the officers of the commission, and for all of the staff here. And I leave the board knowing, and I've used this expression a lot, that the Chicago has the gold standard in election administration nationwide. And I leave the board knowing that, and telling the people of the city of Chicago that their elections are in good hands. Keep up the good work, people. Thank you so much. I should have given myself the 5-minute timer. I think. And on that note,
Okay.
I, the acting chair of this board, will entertain a motion to dismiss. I'm sorry, not dismiss, to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
I second the motion.
Having been moved and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Commissioner Hernandez votes aye.
Commissioner Brown votes aye.
And just to close it out unanimously, Commissioner Cressy votes aye. Thank you all very much, and this board is adjourned.